to my YouTube channel. It has been so long since I made a video, and I am actually going to go into detail as to kind of why. There's a kind of a lot to go over in this video. There's a few updates that I want to do, and just based on the title, you can probably see that yes, I am pregnant with baby number 2. So this will also be a kind of pregnancy update, just to talk about how the first few months have actually been for me. And yeah, so let's get right into it. Now, to start off with, why I haven't been making any videos. So I love doing this. This is something that I would love to actually continue to do. It's just with my mental health, it's actually something that I really struggle with. And I have been trying to not let my anxiety get the better of me. And when I do let it get the better of me, that's when I don't make videos, because I'm in a situation where it's just, I feel too awkward getting out my phone and starting to record something, especially out in public. And I'm sure, like, I know everyone goes through that sort of thing, but I can't even do it like in front of my family, for example. So I know that obviously they're supportive of me and they might find it a little bit weird at first. But I also know with my mum, for example, she would happily talk on the camera. You know, she's got no fear with that sort of thing. So I know she would be more than happy if I was to start recording in front of her. Even if I was to do a sit down video like this, she'd be more than happy. She would just sit somewhere and just kind of stay quiet. She won't say anything while I'm recording, you know. But my mental health tells me otherwise. It tells me the complete opposite thing. And so it's really hard for me to actually sit down in that moment and do it, and then I end up procrastinating it, and then that's where I go long stretches of time without recording anything. And I would love to keep on doing this. I think for now I would hold off on like the vlog stuff, and I would much rather sit down and do a video like this, what we're doing now, just because I can do these types of videos in my own time, especially since I'm not working at the moment. Yeah, like I've got the time to sit down, do a face-to-face sort of video, as opposed to vlogging the whole day. So now with my work, so a little update I guess with work, I was working in childcare, but then there was a lot of things that was kind of happening, especially to do with my mental health. That was like the biggest factor, was my mental health. And then there was also with Jackson's schedule, it was really hard on him, because if I started work at 6:30 in the morning, for example, he would have to get dropped off at 7 AM, which is when the centre opens. And then the next week he might be getting dropped off at like 8 AM or 8:30 or 9 o'clock. And it was just not a consistent routine for him in any way. And it wasn't really fair on him. So it just wasn't really working out with those hours. And the job that I had, there wasn't really any way that I could request to not start at those hours, because that is the requirement of the job. So I had to make the decision to leave based on that. And of course, this is where it gets so exciting. Within days, so I sent out the email to say that I was resigning on a Monday, and then it was on Wednesday that I actually found out that I was pregnant. I did start trying to look at especially just Christmas casual jobs, but I didn't really get anywhere with that, which is unfortunate. I'm still looking for other casual jobs I can do until I have the baby. Yeah, I guess that's just kind of like a bit of a life update slash mental health talk. I know it's something that's really hard for a lot of people to talk about. I know it's hard for me to talk about. There's that little update. And now I guess we'll move on to the next update, which is the baby update. So yes, I am pregnant with baby number 2, and I'm currently 23 weeks and 4 days along. So For about 10 weeks or so now, I have actually been wanting to make this video, but just getting straight into it. Early on, when I got my first blood test done, probably around 6 weeks along, my blood results came back with quite low iron. And I, of course, started taking iron supplements straight away. However, my iron kept gradually getting worse. So I was having days where I would wake up, take Jackson to daycare, come home, and I'd literally sleep for the rest of the day because my energy levels were so bad that I couldn't even stand up for long periods of time. Otherwise, I felt like my legs were just going to give out from underneath me. I was just so exhausted, no energy whatsoever. So wanting to come into making these videos was really, really hard just because of how tired I was. The effort of trying to set this up was just exhausting to think about, and so I kept on procrastinating more and more and more and more as my iron levels kept on slowly dropping. But once I kind of got out of the first trimester, I was still having a few moments here and there, but my iron levels definitely started going back up again, which was great. My energy started to come back again, and since then I haven't really had many issues with my iron. Sometimes I feel like it could be a bit low, but that could also just be because of my sleep. We have been doing a new sort of sleep schedule with Jackson where he's now staying in his bed all night instead of coming into our bed during the night. He still wakes up, so I still need to get up when he wakes up. So that's been going really well, but of course it's still a bit tiring for myself. Last night he actually did really well. He slept right through until 6 a.m, which has not happened for a very, very long time. And then he slept for an extra 2 hours. So that was a very good night for him and a very good night for me, of course, because I got a lot more sleep. But yeah, it's still tough, but it's something that we've got to deal with one day at a time, and we'll get there. So moving past the whole energy stuff, throughout my first trimester, I was having a lot more morning sickness this time than what I did with Jackson. With Jackson, I remember really only being sick first thing in the morning when I was really hungry and I needed to eat. But with myself, I can't eat as soon as I wake up because it actually makes me feel nauseous. Like, that's outside of pregnancy. That's just something I've dealt with for a very long time, and so I don't normally eat breakfast straight away. I usually wait a while before I have breakfast. With this pregnancy, however, whenever I got hungry, I would feel nauseous and I would end up vomiting. And that was pretty much throughout the whole day. Sometimes I couldn't even eat anything because I just felt really yucky and nauseous. That was especially kind of like late afternoon towards the evening, and sometimes I could hardly even eat anything for dinner because I just felt so nauseous. I would get full really quickly and then I'd be hungry again like an hour later. So I ended up eating a lot more late at night than what I did around that sort of dinner time. Now, as I'm into my second trimester, like well into my second trimester, I still get sick in the morning first thing waking up, as I did with Jackson, and I do tend to start to feel nauseous if I am absolutely starving, but I can control that a lot more. So with throwing up wise, it's usually just first thing in the morning and then that's it. So I'm quite happy with that. It's not too bad. I'd rather just wake up and feel okay and then go have breakfast and then be all good, but no. But anyway, that's just the joys of pregnancy, I guess. One thing that is not going away anytime soon is my boobs have actually been so sore this time around, and I don't know if that could be because I actually stopped wearing a wired bra pretty much as soon as I found out that I was pregnant. and with having such big boobs, it is hard to find supportive bras that don't have wire, especially within a budget, because if I do find a bra like that, it's super expensive and we just cannot afford that right now. So the thing that I've been wearing the most is actually a nursing tank, and I find that that does support me a little bit better than just a bra with no wire. And so because there's nothing really supporting, I guess they're just weighing down a bit more, and so they're obviously sore with that added into just being pregnant. So my boobs have definitely been very sore, very, very sensitive, I will say, like extremely sensitive. Just the slightest touch is actually slightly painful and irritating. So that's been fun, because sometimes I can't even wear anything because the fabric is just rubbing and it is super irritating. Now in terms of baby's been doing really well. Baby is growing how they should be. We do not know the gender at this stage, and we are not going to find out until the baby is born. So that's just a little thing to keep everyone on the edge of their seats. So we kind of have names picked out, but not really. I keep on changing my mind a little bit. So I do have a name picked out that we both really like, especially because we'll be using my middle name, and it just flows really nicely with my middle name. But we're kind of going back and forth at the moment. So I have no idea when we're actually going to fully 100% decide on a name, because I thought we were 100% decided on a name, especially for a girl. Sorry, I should clarify that. If it's a girl, we'll be using my middle name. So we had a name that flowed really nicely for a girl. The boy we kind of did agree on. However, I'm not completely sold on the boy's name. So there's still a lot of questions in the air about the name. So yes, and there is only one baby. When I was early pregnant, everyone, like we all thought I was going to have twins, especially because twins run in my family and I'm clearly next in line to have twins, but it's only one baby. My dad still thinks there's another one hiding in there, but I can only feel the movement from one baby, so definitely only one. I do obviously have some ultrasound pictures, and I'll put up the most recent one just here somewhere. This was done at 21 weeks, I believe. So it was only done very recently, and baby is looking really well and healthy, so let's hope it stays that way. Next week I probably won't actually get to do a video, simply because I am going away for a week. On this Saturday I will be gone until next Friday, so the week after that, which will be Christmas week, I will probably just do an update for the last for the 2 weeks. So I'll do an update for 24 weeks and 25 weeks in the one video, and hopefully from there everything will be done weekly, so then the videos won't be so long and I'll be able to update a bit more on kind of what's going on in real time, instead of trying to remember back the last like 20 weeks basically. So yeah, a lot has definitely gone on. I think that is pretty much all I wanted to update on today. I feel like I'm missing a lot. However, it has been a while, so it's really hard for me to think back on what's happened over the last couple of months, especially in terms of the pregnancy. So I think that's everything for now. I won't see you next week, but I will see you the week after with a 2-week update, and probably lots of pictures and some videos of our time away. We are going to the beach and we'll be staying in an apartment which is literally right at the beach, so that's going to be really nice. It'll be nice to get away. So on that note, I think I'm gonna go. If you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. I would really, really appreciate it so much if you did. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Bye!